A conversation that it feels we're starting to have far too often is the return of Valeri Nichushkin. At this point, we all know the story of Nichishkin. He was drafted 10th overall by Dallas in 2013. He struggled there, so signed a cheap deal with the Avs, and slowly started to improve and quickly became one of the top players for the Avs. Val was a huge piece on the Cup-winning team in 2022 and earned a big contract extension with Colorado after the season. On the ice, he has completely lived up to that contract and has consistently been playing at a high level. However, off the ice, Nichushkin has had some massive problems that have hindered the Avalanche massively. Of course, in the 2023 playoff series against the Kraken, Nichushkin mysteriously disappeared from the team while they were in Seattle. The team ended up losing that series in 7 games. Although some were skeptical about him returning, he did come back for the 23-24 season last year. He was a little cold to start, but began to heat up around December. Unfortunately, Nichushkin would have to enter the NHL Players Assistance Program on January 15th and was out until March 7th. However, fans were happy to see that he was willing to get help and were excited to see him make his return and know that he was healthy. Nichushkin ended the regular season on an absolute tear and entered the playoffs with very high expectations. He instantly lived up to them, scoring a goal in every game against Winnipeg in the first round, including his first career hat trick in Game 4. He then scored a goal in the first 2 games against the Stars, giving him 9 goals in the first 7 games to begin the postseason. Avs fans were so excited to see Val at full strength, making an absolute impact for the team and for the Avalanche. It looked as though Nichushkin could possibly be on a potential Conn Smythe run should Colorado go all the way. However, on May 13th, just a few hours before the start of Game 4 against Dallas, it was announced that Nichushkin had failed a drug test, and he would need to re-enter the Players Assistance Program and receive a 6-month suspension. It was a shock to Avalanche fans and players. All of a sudden, it felt like deja vu from the prior season before, and they would lose one of their top playoff performers out of nowhere. Jack Johnson, who was a very respected veteran with the team last year, made a comment in an interview saying, "He made his decision, all I am going to say." It seemed as though he was obviously extremely frustrated with Val, and you have to imagine that there were more players on the team that agreed with him, and you can't really blame him. Nichushkin left his team stranded 2 years in a row in the playoffs. Many wondered whether the Avalanche would bring Nichushkin back for the upcoming season, as he abandoned the team again. Many thought that they wouldn't, but there was really no way to terminate his contract and no way to trade him until the suspension was over, so Colorado really had no choice but to hold on to him for the time being. There were questions all summer, but last week at training camp, Joe Sakic announced that Nuke would indeed return to the team in November. Jared Bednar and Nathan McKinnon both said that Nichushkin would be brought back with open arms, but that there will have to be a process of forgiveness. As big of a risk as it is bringing Nichushkin back, the Avalanche absolutely need him. He is the X factor. When Colorado needs a big goal to tie a game or take the lead late, 13 is always right there in front of the net ready to pound it into the mesh. His presence on the power play is irreplaceable as he can just body his way right down in front of the crease to screen goalies and tip pucks. You just have to look at the stats. When Nichushkin's in the lineup, the power play converts. When he isn't, it does not. When Nichushkin's in the lineup, the Avs win. When he's not, they don't. In the last 2 seasons, Colorado is a staggering 65-19-9 with Val in the lineup. They are 21-24-3 without him. That is an absolutely unreal difference. He is literally the X factor with this team. No matter what you think about the situation, the Avs need Nichushkin to come back this season if they want any chance to win the Cup. It's definitely his last chance, but if he makes the most of it, Colorado will be a Stanley Cup contender. That's for sure. So let me know what you think. Do you think Nichushkin should be allowed to come back? It seems like fans are allowing him to come back with open arms, so that's good to see. But what are your thoughts? What do you think? I'd like to hear from you. And with that being said, I'll catch you next time.